All right. I think this is Allan. I think is this our first time together on a podcast?
Probably since early on, I think so.
It might be our third. I don't know. We're so
Yeah,
busy. It's
yeah,
crazy. But hey, today we're going to talk about the Mid-America Trucking Show. Allan and I just got back from Louisville. We were there not enough days. That's one of my key takeaways is what could we have done better? I think we could have got there on Tuesday and stayed through Sunday and still not gotten through everything.
yeah. No, I think we've learned and grown a bit to really understand how Mats fits into the TTT ecosystem.
Yeah.
And I think there's definitely a lot of opportunity for us to not only with our existing partners, but just to really fit in well with TTT, our mission, our values, and how it portrays to the Mats audience.
Yeah, and listen, we think we're little, right? The little engine that could. We're just a speck of dust in this huge industry, but we walk around Mats and people know us from LinkedIn, from Facebook. It is absolutely kind of scary. It's definitely humbling, and it's like, holy crap, TTT is becoming a really recognized brand. And I want to say on that, Allan, first of all, Alex, thanks for the trucker cap. Really appreciate it. It was nice meeting with you and your team last week. I just want to give you props for this great cap and swag. But I think for me, and correct me if I'm wrong, Allan, you might have a different take on it. There's a couple of booths and exhibits that really resonated with me. Evan and Reed and that team from Truck Parking Club. It just resonated. I know I walked over there and Tim Donner from Freight Waves was there, and that place was just buzzing.
Yeah. And you are 100% correct. And I agree with that. One of the main, I would say, differences from last year to this year, and you can see it on the exhibit floor, is there's that rise of the techies. Truck Parking Club being one of them. Hop on over at Bubba AI, Sanjay Desai over at Mudflap. Me and him worked together early on in Cloud, and when we got that company acquired. So,
did you get that deal? Did you get that deal signed with Mudflap? They're supposed to be a partner, a platform partner.
That's a lot of the things we're talking about. And I think one of the, John, when we talk about the techies, I think it's really more about the technology, but also that user experience and how it's really helping out the users, the owner operators, the small fleets. And I think that's what we're seeing a lot more of. Truck Parking Club, the way their seamlessness in terms of their app to be able to find parking anywhere, and TTT, our user experience on how we're able to really work with buyers and sellers and through that process. It's all about that better user experience, which turns into really, a better product. And I think we're seeing a lot of that type of products in the market, and definitely on the exhibit floor, you could just kind of tell the difference in the atmosphere at their exhibits.
Yeah, and it's clear to us what our asset is, and our asset is our user base, is our, I think people know that we're connected, but I think when we get into deeper conversations with folks like the guys from Mudflap, Hey Tappin from Hey Bubba, like I was speaking with Dan Fuller this morning from hotelsfortruckers.com, a plug for Dan, great organization, spent time with Dan and his partners from Wyndham Hotels and, the great value they bring to their trucker community. Why does Dan want to do business with TTT? It's because they're trying to market their brand and their services to our 200,000 plus followers, our community members. I know we have like 50,000 plus on Facebook, but what people probably don't know because they can't get at the data is that we have 278,000 on it that follow our newsletter that we are on distribution. So that's why these people like Dan, like Alex, Hey Will Medina from Geodis, why people want to do business with TTT is because they want to provide services to our community, our audience, and they do that through our platform. It just makes it easier for everybody involved, and especially for the owner operators that are members of OOIDA or not, future members of OOIDA. And I know that you spent some time with Louis Pugh and his team.
Yep. Yeah. A lot with Louis to do with the OOIDA members and how they, kind of fit into the TTT ecosystem. a lot of deep relationships and partnerships there. And you were just mentioning, I think there was a definitely larger presence of partnerships, and it's also to provide a better user experience, right? If we talked to Ed Cornish over at 7-Eleven Fleet and their great team over there with their fuel cards, and if we can kind of fit a way of how to present a great partnership between presenting those fuel cards to our members, that's also betters our user experience on that level. And we can talk a lot more partnerships outside of just 7-Eleven. We have TruckStop that we talk to over there that would really kind of be able to provide their users a better user experience, and as well as our users a better user experience by being able to, form affiliate partnerships just like that. But once again, in mindset of us being able to really provide the best user experience out there in the game. So.
And our friends, great seeing. It's a great meetup place for industry partners or future partners or even competitors where you're learning. It's, for me, it truly is about education. It's about innovation and picking up new ideas, seeing those other techies in the market that are doing some incredibly interesting things and new things to bring value to the truckers. I was thinking about also the pillars of the industry, the group from Women in Trucking, and that trucking simulator they had. And shout out to Dwayne Edwards, my friend Dwayne, who is bringing mental health assessment to veteran truckers, and also to another veteran trucker, John Thurman from SLB Trailer Sales. So we spent a lot of time with, and really understanding, walking the show together, meeting people together. Really, I think those synergies that happen naturally provide for this great exchange for ideas and camaraderie that is just unmatched. Matt's, to me, is the most holistic trucking show in the space. Not to take away from the other, events that we go to, and there's dozens, but they seem to be really focused on leadership, management, specialist. But you go to Matt's and it's holistic. You're walking the show with owner operators and their families. You're meeting with, like you said, Ed from 7-Eleven Fleet. And it's this whole blending of talent and diversity of thought and skill. It's just amazing.
No, I think it's really great, especially just being able to connect with the owner operators, small fleets, those families, trucking professionals that we serve daily. It's always feels good to, walk around, see them in their environment. All right. And as well as, shake their hands and really just get to know and feel that, you can't just, there's a lot of diesel and trucks there. So it was always good to kind of breathe that in, and it was good weather down there too. So it was really good time this year to further explore our footprint into Matt's. Yeah,
exactly. So we could talk forever on it. Again, big shout out to our friends from Truckmaster Warranty, Louis Pugh from OIDA. There's dozens of people we didn't even mention on this pod that we're doing, but we will mention big and extend thank yous out to everybody in a post that we follow up with. Any parting words, Allan, before we split?
No, great time. I can't wait till next year. Continue to meet more folks and really continue create a better user experience for our TTT platform.
All right, cool. Thanks, Allan. See you.